A story from the Talmud. The great sage Rava said to his rabbi, Rav Nachman, "Rabbi, appear to me in a dream after you die." So, after his death, Rav Nachman appeared to Rava. Rava asked him, "Rabbi, was there any pain in death?" Rav Nachman answered, "Death is without pain. It is as painless as lifting a hair from a cup of milk. There is no pain." But, Rav Nachman added, "Were the Holy One, blessed be God, to allow me to return to the world of the living, I would not wish to go. The fear of death is too great." We have come to Yizkor on this holiest day of the year, this Yom Kippur, this great Sabbath of Sabbaths, to confront death. We've come to acknowledge, as Rava did, that those whom we love and revere will die. We have come to wonder, as Rava did, what the process of death is like. And we have come to be cautioned, as Rava was, not to let our fear of death keep us from embracing our joy of life. But maybe there is still another reason. Maybe we've come to Yizkor on this holiest day of the year because we wish to echo Rava's charge, because we wish to say to our loved ones, "Appear to me after you die." We are Reform Jews. And one of Reform Judaism's great gifts to the people was the opportunity to embrace both modernity and Judaism. We prioritize enlightenment over superstition. We live as committed Jews, yes, but we also live as rational, scientific human beings. But sometimes, even the most modern, enlightened, rational human beings, we want to say to those whom we've lost, "Appear to me after you die." We want to feel a connection with our loved ones who have passed away. We want to affirm that somehow, sometime, in some way, we will be together again. I've wanted this. How about you? The boundary between life and death, between the world of the living and the world of the dead, this boundary was much more fluid for earlier generations. One of the most obscure commandments in the Torah instructs us not to leave food on an ancestor's grave. Do not leave food on an ancestor's grave. Why would anyone ever need this instruction? Because clearly they were doing it. Clearly, they were leaving food on ancestors' graves, imagining that loved ones who had passed away could still enjoy earthly pleasures, such as eating. And it's not just in the Torah. The Talmud is filled with stories of disciples communing with their deceased rabbis. One especially evocative passage tells that when a student quotes a teaching in their rabbi's name, the rabbi's lips actually move in the grave. And it wasn't just a Talmud. Even Moses Maimonides, that great rabbi renowned for his rationalism, his intellect, his mastery of science and medicine, even Maimonides blurred the line. One of his 13 essential principles of Judaism is a belief in a physical resurrection of the dead. I'm not saying you need to believe any of this. You might feel uncomfortable even considering it, and that's okay. You might find meaning and solace in Reform Judaism's traditional ideas that our loved ones live on in their deeds, that they live on in us and in others whom they influenced and inspired, that they live on in their work and their legacy and their impact on the next generation. These are beautiful beliefs. They are worthy. They are comforting. But if they're not enough, if we still want to say to someone whom we've loved and lost, "Appear to me," that's okay too. What if we take a moment to imagine? Let's close our eyes and recall the person, the people for whom we have come to recite Kaddish this evening. Have there ever been times when you felt their presence, when you thought of them so clearly that it's almost as if they really had appeared to you? And what if you could once again interact with them? What would you say? What would they say? What would you share? How would it feel to be together again? Let's take a moment together to be silent and to imagine. Towards the end of the Song of Songs, we read these remarkable words. Love is stronger than death. Love is stronger than death. The passage seems so simply and clearly true. Of course, love is stronger than death. Of course, we go on loving our family, our friends, even after they've died. Of course, love is stronger than death. We know that our love for them abides even when they are gone. Love is stronger than death. I choose to understand these words as more than a simple, clear statement of fact. I have chosen to understand them as a promise. I've chosen to understand them as permission to believe that we will see our loved ones again. And I'm not the only one. Did you know that every time we chant the traditional Amidah, we declare our faith in these reunions? When we sing Mi Chamocha Ba'al Geverut Umido Melach, who is like you, mighty one, and who can compare to you? You are the sovereign who kills and who resurrects. You are blessed eternal one, for you give life to the dead. Did you know that the sages of the Talmud understood sleep to be a taste of death, a foretaste of death? And they reasoned that just as God restores our souls to our bodies when we awaken, so too will God restore our deceased loved ones and us to life someday. Did you know that the prophet Isaiah, the same Isaiah whose Haftorah we read earlier this morning, the prophet Isaiah has promised, in the time to come, God will destroy death forever. My eternal God will wipe away the tears from all faces. Appear to me after you die. What might these appearances, these reunions look like? When might they happen? How might they feel? I wish I knew. I would give a lot to know. But I know this. I know that love is stronger than death. I know that God has created us in the divine image. And I know that something as precious as the divine image transcends death. I know that to affirm our God is to affirm a God of infinite power and infinite love and infinite life. And so I think of those for whom I've come today to say Kaddish. And I also say this. I say, appear to me after you die. I ask to feel a connection with my loved ones who have died. I affirm that somehow, sometime, in some way, we will be together again. I don't think I'm the only one. I don't think I'm the only one who asks, who hopes, who waits, who affirms. But